pressure, a little bit of strain. I don't wanna feel left out. I don't wanna feel beat down, broken down. Just wanna be me. What you see, that's not okay. And this time of day, just gotta be me. I just want you to see me. But no one cares, no one cares, no one cares. They only care if you stare. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's go. Unprofessional throat clear. Hey! Here we go, we're live. And welcome back to the stream. I'm your favorite half-dragon director, Zyrock. Welcome back to the studio. Today we're playing Night in the Woods. And as I said in the last video, we're going to start this one off a little different. We're going to try our best, and we're going to play one of the songs here. And the song we're going to play, I believe this is an actual song we can play. Never mind, I guess Go Get Dead Angel Face was just there to fuck with us. Because I saw that when I was setting up, and I reset it, so you guys would know that I was checking ahead to look at the songs. Since we did So Awful on Weird Autumn, I want to try Weird Autumn again. So here we go. I think I did worse. I literally do not know this song. I think I actually did worse. Well, there's my depressing start to this. That's ominous when we start the stream off in that horrible of a fashion. Yeah, I got sick from mall food. It wasn't good mall food. I'm working day if you want to say hello. Yep, that's my life right now. Morning! I think I'm going to change up Greg's voice. I don't know. Can we make him stereotypically gay? No, we're not. We're just going to do whatever. We're going to change his voice till we find the one that sticks. But I really like this one. Yeah, because he's kind of giddy. Yeah. I'm working today. Angus out of town and I'm lonely. Okay, bye. Sincerely, Gregory. Fuck you, Charcoal. We are never playing Demon Tower unless you guys actively ask me for Demon Tower. Because Demon Tower is, again, it's that type of game, sort of like Binding of Isaac. It's a game I can't play simply due to the wonky way in which it works. What are you even thinking about in there? We will eat you. I don't know if the boxes have been removed yet. Yeah, that happened. Yep, so we can't get there yet. I think the old tooth is what gets us the grandpa cutscene later on. I don't know. We'll have to check. Good morning. Did you feel it last night? No. What did I feel? There was a big sinkhole 2 streets over. Oh, are we still getting those? I don't think those ever really go away. Swampy ground and so forth. And on a floodplain. Oh, weird. I don't want you going over near those. Going over there nosing around it. I guarantee you I won't. I have seen sinkholes. No interest at all? Mom, they're just holes in the ground. They get back to me when one like swallows a house or something. We'll go see together if that happens. Deal. So, what did you do last night? Went to the mall with B. Oh, Fort Lucine? Yeah. I haven't been there in years. How is it? Kind of falling apart and empty. Yeah, I expect. Everyone just goes to the outlet stores up by the interstate now. Or, shoes and things. Well, stop by church if you're in the area. Will do, Mom. See ya. Bye, sweetie. And yeah, I didn't get to mention this, but like a lot of older malls that are so small they can no longer be called malls. They're just shopping centers. Literally, they're just a strip mall. It's not the size of a standard mall, and thus it is what is known as a strip mall. It is it's a stripped down mall, Businesses come in and out of there. You don't really see a lot of brick and mortar type joints, not a mom and pop store place. You'll see places pop up that try and basically be the off-brand version of more popular stores, But you see those mostly in small town areas like this. And, a lot of big names like Hot Topic or Spencer's or whatever, they'll try and put themselves there if it's like a college town or if they know, or if, they have a store location that's like maybe a few hours away. And it's like, if there are people here who go to that store, let's put a location here so that they can at least enjoy it. So yeah. Now that you've been home for a few days, yeah, have you thought about getting well, gotta go, Mom. Bye, sweetie. Okay, yeah, she's got none more. Real sneaky, trying to talk to us about the JOB. Here's the thing, if you've gone through what May has gone through, I'm going to lower my volume just a touch. Try it, and I'm going to lower the game volume just a touch. Just going to try and balance it out here. If you've gone through what May's gone through, and you've, seen what she's seen, and, been through what she's been through, the last thing you're thinking of is getting a job and trying to deal with that shit on a more frequent basis. But dude, can you guys hear it? It's raining. It's fucking beautiful. I love when it rains. Here's the thing. I love when it rains in certain areas. I don't love when it rains in cities. Isn't that weird? May Borowski, Selmers. Now we all know how important it is to look our best. What? Our appearance is the first and sometimes last impression we make. Summers, did you join a cult? Lucky for you, I happen to be a licensed dealer. Okay. Of the Sylvain family of products. Summers, I don't have any money. Oh, okay. Are you giving the pitch to everyone? Have you sold anything yet? Sold some to my mom and to Abby Krangler. Mrs. Krangler's daughter? Granddaughter. I run into her over at the laundromat over by the school. One time Greg got locked inside one of the tumble dryers. Did he die? He wanted me to start it, but I chickened out. He definitely would have died. Tell him that. He's still mad. Wanna hear a poem? Fuck yeah, bitch! Sometimes, I think, and start to sink. Oh no. There's more. Sorry. Then I remember. It's October. October? Lousy Smarch weather! I combine two of my favorite months. Yeah. Fall is really nice. It's the best. Days are gonna start getting shorter soon. It makes me sad. I like it. I love the fall, but I hate the dark. I like it. You sure do. I seen a raccoon. Where? Up in Downey Century. He's a biggin. I guess Summers has a country accent then. He's a biggin. I can't do a country accent. Anybody knows that kind of accent, you know, feel free to correct me on it. I have offended you greatly. Cool. Love you, Summers. You're awesome. And Mr. Chazkov's not up on his roof. Okay, I don't have folks on the porch. Your cat is fucking dead, dude. Get over it. Okay, let's see. I actually don't remember this middle bit. I don't remember what B's mission is. But I know it's gonna get real. So, first things first. We're gonna go check on our dear friends over here at the church. You know, be good Christians. Not gonna go inside just yet. It's raining. We're at a church. Horror movie logic says that what we're doing right now will most assuredly have us meet with the monster and/or ethereal entity that has been terrorizing our dreams. Whereas rom-com logic suggests that we will run into a kinky orgy. And of course, Slice of Life says this. So you're more of a drifter. Yeah, but it's temporary. Of course! Well, we just wanted to see if you're okay up here. Yeah, Pastor Gade has been very kind. Mind if we see your setup here? What do you think, Molly? It's fine? Alright. Bruce? Yeah. How are you finding Possum Springs? I'm giving them all the same voice because they're all just Karen. How long have you been in town, Bruce? I've been here for a while now, and I was here before, back in the 70s. They were looking for miners, at least for a while. Got a whole thing going on here, Bruce. Yep. Pretty impressive. Thanks. Well, we sure appreciate you talking to us, Bruce. It was really nice to meet you. Yep, likewise. Alright, Trips, let's move out. Hut, 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 hut. Thanks again, Bruce. Hut, 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 hut. Thanks, Bruce. No trouble. So yeah, if you couldn't tell from that incredibly awkward and actually fucking shocking scenario, the Little Homeowners Association people are actually kind of against. We'll find out later, but it's implied that what they were talking about here was they were very passive-aggressively trying to find an excuse for Molly, the cop, to arrest Bruce for supposedly trespassing on public property, on private property, because this is technically all belongs to the church. Because again, if you don't know how weird it is when it comes to like property lines and so on and so forth, when you build a church, if you build a church that has a cemetery, the cemetery belongs to the city or the county or the state, depending on which one it is. But the church can be put in charge of managing it. So basically, they can decide on like an undertaker and a groundskeeper and so on and so forth. Because obviously, you can't just set up a second office near the church, because then it kind of just interrupts the flow of things. If every time you go to church, you have to either park at or drive past and then park past a government building, for managing public grounds and shit. And what Bruce is doing is technically, if you want to get real technical, correct me if I'm wrong, the laws could be different depending on the town. I believe it's at this little post here, just a little bit ways in front of this. At this point would be the cutoff for the church's actual land, meaning what they are legally in charge of managing. Meaning after this, it's just the woods. It's a forest. It's public property, no one owns it, and so you could set up a little shanty town, like Bruce. But, because he is a homeless guy, he's kind of a drifter, and he kind of comes in and out of Possum Springs, and he's here for a long time, and he doesn't work, because he kind of can't get a job. A lot of employers, look for, have a house, have a 401k, have shit, set up. Bruce is kind of that weird outlier, but he's also a really good representation of a lot of things. More importantly, somebody making the literal best of the worst possible situation. Look at this setup. It is raining right now. This has a massive hole in it. Sure, it might keep a majority dry, but look at him. The dude's just staying out here. He doesn't have a hood or anything. He's gonna get soaking wet. If he has to build a fire, he probably has to build it under his tent, which means he's got to make sure his stuff doesn't burn. And then again, this giant hole, wind blows through that, fire goes out, it's fucking awful. Pastor Kate would, and I believe Pastor Kate later on, we'll see, but she's trying to vie to have the basement, or at least half of the church, converted into a homeless shelter for people like Bruce. That way, Bruce technically has a residence. If he has a residence, he has a higher chance of getting a job. Give him a job at like the Click Clack Diner, seriously. It's a shitty diner, but it's managed to somehow outlast a place that seemed like a big kind of deal, Possibilities. And that's, that place would kind of actually be better than a diner. We could assume that since the Possibilities restaurant is getting turned into apartments, that means that at least that half of the building, because the other half is the Social Security Administration office, that half of the building was all one restaurant and also the living quarters for the owners, most likely. So, that would actually be more, homely, nicer. But if it got outlasted by a diner, set Bruce up at the diner. Sure, the wage that he gets paid there might not be fucking luxurious, but everyone has to start somewhere, unless you get really lucky or shit, But still, you could have set Bruce up there, done something to help the guy out. But yeah, so the reason they had Molly there was because they were literally trying to find any excuse to have Molly arrest Bruce to get him out of here without straight up trying to say they don't want a vagrant here. And that's why I don't like those people. They're fucking assholes. But Bruce, what do you think? So, what's your story? Got no story. Like, where are you from? North of here, northeast to be exact. Worked on the railroads all the livelong day. Worked some mines, worked some construction. How'd you end up here? String of bad luck. Don't have to talk about it. Yeah, May just did the best thing. May does what I do. Like, when people start talking, if I ask people about, like, either their life stories and some shit, and then it starts getting really dour or dark, or I see that they're starting to feel bad about it, I'm like, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. Never force yourself to talk about things you do not want to talk about, because I think I said this before, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, if it makes you feel, dour, if it makes you just hate yourself or whatever, never talk about something that's going to make you feel that way if you don't have to. If a person's asking after your life story and you tell them, I'm not really comfortable telling it, and then they try and force you to tell them, they're not people who are out to support you. They're people who are out to just fucking interrogate you. I fucking hate those kind of people. Like, if I tell you I don't want to talk about something, I don't want to fucking talk about it. I'll talk about it when I want to fucking talk about it, but I don't want to fucking talk about it. I never turned down that offer. And see? Bruce is a good guy. You're a good man, Bruce, and you get done dirty in the story. I fucking hate what they do to you. I'm sure the people watching this eventually, when someone says, man, this game is so relevant to the current issues of the time, will find it fucking pertinent to watch this shit. Well, into the church. Personally, if I were the pastor, I would just say, yo, I'm the pastor, this is my fucking church, so we'll do what I fucking want with it. And what I want to fucking do is I want to put Bruce in the fucking church. Hey, Mom. Hey, sweetie. I completely forgot where the sanctuary is. You passed the door on your way here. Oh, I thought those were locked. They're locked sometimes. All doors are locked sometimes. Not like saloon doors. Cowboys just walking in and out. That's very rude. The Old West was a very rude time. Howdy, partner. I say, this is powerful rude. That's like a southern gentleman. He's classing the place up. I fucked up that entire dialogue. Tarnation. Okay, Mom, no more cowboy talk for you. Dag nabbit. I gotta get back to work, sweetie. Love you. Love you too. You're an awesome mom. You try your hardest with what you got, even if your kids are disappointments to you. Well, kids, singular. You know what? I believe every person feels like that at one point, that they're a disappointment. And you know what? Sometimes they're right. You fucking degenerates are watching me. I'm kidding. I love you all. Please support me in some way. Dude. I get that this is a 2D perspective, so you can't tell, but, like, this is every church I've been to in the South. Hey, again. Hey. Your mom will be pretty happy that you're here. I don't know that. You're not a churchgoer? No, I was when I was a kid. Well, you had to go then. Yeah, I like Sunday school. They give you cookies and orange drink. Is orange drink really the only name for it? Huh, I don't know. I'm realizing I've also been calling it that in my entire life. Orange drink. The drink that is orange. When did you stop coming? When my mom stopped making me. When I was like 15 or so. Why? I don't know. All the sitting and standing, sing this, feel this thing now. Well, the feelings are more suggestions. Doesn't feel like it. Well, I hope you'll come. Oh God, I don't even know what that was. It was like a sneeze combined with a cough. Yeah, I guess I haven't seen you preach. Oh wow, preach. Kind of has a bad ring to it, huh? Talk? That works. Hey, how are things with the whole Bruce situation? Wow, we're praying and gears are turning, but they turn slow. But God can turn any gear they want, and I take comfort in that. I hope it turns out okay. Thank you, May. Hey, listen, you know, if you ever want to talk or have questions about, like, God, sure, you can always talk to me. It's kind of my job description. Okay. Pastor K, you're awesome, but you're also kind of a pretentious dick. And you kind of follow that whole trope of a youth pastor who has like a troubled past and turned to religion as their only outlet, and suddenly their life turned around. But not because they were starting to make better decisions and managing themselves better and also getting rid of their toxic environments in which they were standing in, but more because they were just giving over to blind faith and then giving credit to it. And again, as a Baptist, I really shouldn't be saying this, but I'm going to say it. You know, you can't count yourself out, because then when something goes wrong, you'll feel like, you know, your faith is all lost, and then you become one of those weird, oh, I'm a lost lamb, help me type deals. But, you know, you kind of did all that shit, and just like when it comes to, you know, helping yourself in real life, like if you're a university student or something, you know, you can't give yourself over to other people and expect them to always do shit for you, you know? You make your own way at one point or another, and people do what they do to help you, but ultimately it's you doing everything. So give yourself more credit. It's okay to be selfish in that regard. I got weirdly deep. This game makes me get weirdly deep. Anyway, let us go first steal a pierogi, probably hear another Tunnelfish poem, maybe talk to that woman who fucked her grandfather. Let's see what we can do. Let's just see what we got. We will not go to the rats just yet. We're just going to steal them a pretzel first. That was water. You can hear it. Stay hydrated, kids. I bet some rat babies will live to this pretzel. Alright. So my first ever fuck up was in the last video. By the way, people, this would never work in real life. Getting the hang of this. By the way, people, this would never work in real life. Never, ever, under any circumstances, should you feel it is okay to steal food from any business or any place. I don't care what your fucking logic is about it. I don't care what your personal feelings are towards it. Never steal shit for any reason. Because I guarantee you, there's a person who works there who's gonna get fired or in trouble because they didn't catch you stealing, because they didn't catch you, and now their life's gonna get fucked up. Because now if their previous employer ever gets asked about their reliability, and I'm speaking from experience, gets asked about their reliability or whatever, they're gonna be told, oh, well, they're good unless you give them some shit to do that's simple, like, you know, preventing people from stealing shit. And people go, it's okay to steal from places that can afford it. It's like, no, that's not how anything works. Like, think about it this way. If I break into your house and I steal every bit of food out of your pantry. And then I say, it's totally cool if I steal all your food because the fact that you had that food means that you can clearly afford to replace it all, and then you can't replace it all. Then what point do you have? Then what now? You can't afford to replace it. I stole all your fucking food. You need that food. People go, oh, but stealing like a few cardigans or something from like a Walmart or from a Sears or Sears, like it still exists. A few Sears still exist, or like a Target or whatever. You know, it doesn't matter to them. You know, they get it shipped in by the dozens and hundreds. I'm like, and I've met these people before, like on campus and shit. And like I asked them, like, do you even know how long it takes to get even one shipment of shit to places like this? Do you know how long it takes to unload those fucking trucks? Do you know how long it takes to unload those fucking trucks, sort out your inventory, get everything into the aisles, and then unload that shit and properly line it up? Do you know how fucking long it takes? And they go, like, what, 30? It takes like fucking 30 minutes. They're not heavy. I'm like, how many times have you worked as a stockman? And then they inform me that they haven't worked once. And I'm like, bitch, I've held down 4 fucking jobs, 3 of which have been in retail. I've unloaded my fair share of fucking trucks with a dozen fucking different things to each different pallet. It is not as simple as open truck, put thing on rack. That's not how it works. It's fucking take a max depending on how fucking early your boss makes you set up. You come in at like 4 a.m., you wait till like 4:45 for a fucking truck to pull up, and the entire time you're fucking waiting, you're having to sweep the store, you're having to set up the back room, get out the little fucking conveyor belt, get all the pallets lined up, get the pallet jacks lined up, make sure the pallet jacks work, make sure all the aisles are cleared and ready, make sure you push things aside that need to be in their proper rows. And then when that fucking truck shows up, you gotta throw on your gloves, you gotta throw on, you know, whatever PPE you gotta throw on, open that truck, and then you gotta get in there and you have to start sliding stuff out of the truck, onto the conveyor belt, onto the pallets, and the entire time you gotta sort them, you gotta check them for damage. If they're damaged, you gotta put them off to a different area, or label them, or if they're like busted open, you gotta clean it up, and you gotta fucking tape it, and you gotta tape it closed, you gotta write it off, you gotta do all this fucking shit, and at the end of it, you've got like some 2,000 fucking pieces of shit that you gotta fucking then put on pallets that get heavy as balls, mind you. Then you either have to get unlucky and take a manual pallet jack and lift this thing up in order to make this thing able to move, and then lug that shit through a set of double doors out into the fucking store. And depending on how big your fucking store is, it can take you a minute to navigate around these fucking corners and shit to get where you need to get. And then you don't even get to unload this thing you had to waste your time moving. You have to then take the pallet all the way back to the back room and do it again and again and again and again. And then after that, you gotta start at one end of the store, depending on your section. You gotta start at one end in one corner, and then you gotta go through unloading everything. And you don't put it in the front, no, because that'd be too easy. You put it behind the stuff that's already there. You pull all the old stuff forward and you put the new stuff behind it. And depending on your store, if you worked at Big Lots like I did, they have a whole no overstock policy. Meaning nothing that comes off that truck goes back in the back room and awaits to be put out. We had to overstuff shelves because, get this, Big Lots didn't like the idea that people, like the whole idea is like you want people to think that these are like always available to you. Like there's no such thing as a hot commodity, I guess is the idea. It's like you don't want something to fly off the shelves and then people are like, oh, I really wanted this and now I gotta wait like 2 minutes for them to go grab it from the back, and they're probably gonna bring out a whole pallet and start restacking it, and it's gonna take like fucking forever for it to all get back on the shelf. So it's like just stuff the fucking shelf so that people never have to ask us to go grab shit from the back. So they think, oh, everyone doesn't, like these are just average sales and shit. It's a fucking hassle. And fucking Walmart's even worse. Fucking Hobby Lobby, dear fucking Christ. I didn't just work as a stockman at Hobby Lobby. I had to put together furniture. I had to lug furniture out. I had to fucking carry furniture from the back room all the way to the front. And on the off chances that I got to use one of the dollies or the fucking pallet jacks to move it, it would be easy. But if I had to ever fucking lug this shit, like actually, factually, fucking squat down and lift with my fucking legs and carry this heavy ass shit to the front, I would then have to fucking organize this stuff, and I had to go back and do it all over again. And half the time I didn't even get gloves. So people telling me, like, oh, it's cool if you sell for that because they got the money. I'm like, bitch, it doesn't matter if the company replaces it. We still have to then take inventory. We have to sometimes just fucking my Hobby Lobby, after we actually had a fucking person steal quite a bit of stuff without us noticing because they fucking had more than one person doing it. We had to close up early and we had to do inventory, which meant I had to go through every aisle I was currently sweeping, and I had to take a sheet of paper and I had to fucking count everything. And it was a fucking nightmare. And then after that, we're like, okay, so we're missing exactly, I think it was like some 50 items. And they weren't paid for because we can go through our records. And then it was like, okay, you don't come in tomorrow. You don't come in tomorrow. We'll put everyone else on your shifts. I still had to come in the next day. But rather than me unloading the truck and putting together furniture, they just had me putting together all the furniture and knickknacks in the back and like breaking down boxes, making bales, throwing out the trash, scraping glass to have it ready to put out because Hobby Lobby uses glass dividers on their shelves like fucking mad people. And on the off chance that there was a spare pair of gloves that I got to use, I was happy, but also what was weird enough is the gloves gave me that extra bit of grip, but they were also fucking rubber. So, you know, that means that when those get wet, the glass actually slides out of my palms easier for some fucking reason. So you gotta deal with all that, and while I'm dealing with all that, I have my manager coming around every 40 fucking seconds, you know, and it's like, hey, so were you in blank, 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 aisle blank, blank, and blank the other day? I'm like, yeah, did you see this person doing anything? I was like, I saw him near this, this, and this, but, you know, I couldn't find anyone to fucking go call, and you guys told me I can't use the intercom, you know, because I'm a stockman, so I can't use the intercom to send out the little code to have somebody check on them. So, you know, I couldn't, and you told me I couldn't also leave my area that I was sweeping or stocking in order to go find one of you guys. So it's like, you know, following your rules, I couldn't do anything. And they're like, well, you know, it's okay to break from the rules if you come and get us. I'm like, well, I did that before. And then it turns into me scraping glass while trying to keep my gloves from making me drop this glass. And then I have to fucking sweep that up. And it was a fucking nightmare. And so whenever somebody tells me, oh, it's okay to steal for that, I'm like, motherfucker, it doesn't matter about the monetary value of what you fucking stole. You're stealing my fucking time, my fucking energy, and you're stealing a lot more people's fucking time and energy because we don't have to go through all this fucking bullshit because you think it's okay to do this stupid shit. And then you want to go home and fucking whine and bitch and moan about how the worker's the one who suffers just for having to go to work. Bitch, we suffer even more when dumb fucks like you do this stupid shit. And I'm glad I no longer work in retail. We got off topic. Rainy day, huh? But not down here. You kids have your own little secret hideout down here, huh? Pfft. Whatever. When I was a kid, literally nobody cares. Well, whatever. Okay then. Little shits. I had to deal with these rude little fuckers too half the time. They came in and they act like they fucking own the place because they're customers. I think I said this before, but anyone who's worked in retail will fucking agree with me at this point. If you've ever heard the expression the customer is always right, find whoever said that to you and punch them in the throat and then tell them, no, the customer is always fucking wrong. The customer is always fucking wrong. The times that a customer has always been right is so minimal. But to say the customer is always right is a fucking insult. Like, do not fucking talk to me like I'm some fucking mentally deranged person. Like, oh, the customer is always right. You have to do what they say. No, the customer is not always right. The customer is wrong more times than not. The customer is a fucking idiot. That's what I have to fucking say. Hey, Lori, we'll get up to you in a minute. I'll tell you for a fucking fact, at pretty much every retail place, looking back, I fucking hated the customers. They would either be assholes, bastards, bitches, pieces of shit, fuckheads, dipshits. Some of them I'm pretty sure were on meth when I worked in Idaho. It was fucking awful. But you had to smile and deal with it. Because, you know, they believe that they're the ones who truly make your job worth working. And it's like, no, you don't. You are what makes life worth ending. You fucking homicidal maniacs. Like, you make my life worth ending. Like, when I worked in Idaho, I had a ton of racist customers. Because, you know, it's Idaho. They still have fucking KKK members there. And when a customer wanted to complain about me one time, they didn't know my name because they couldn't pronounce my name because I looked at my name tag and they couldn't pronounce my name. And, you know, I was the only black cashier on the staff at the time. So when they were trying to describe me, they didn't say the black one. They used a particular word that, you know, is never okay to say when describing me or anyone I know. You know, but they used this word to describe me. And my boss immediately came to me after they were done and said, so we got a complaint and they didn't know your name. It was one of my managers, not my shithole assistant manager, one of my supervising floor managers. She comes to me and she says, but because they didn't know your name, they described you as a, and I said the word because I didn't have any customers there, and, you know, she was white and she didn't feel comfortable saying it. I'm like, they call me a, you know, they call me that word. I'm like, yeah. What was the complaint about? It's like, it doesn't matter if we don't. Walmart's policy is that if we can assess the complaint as not being valid or as being false in some way, such as it's being purposely committed, like it's being purposely submitted to us to harm a particular employee or to make them feel attacked, we ignore it. We make the customer believe, we tell them that we're going to handle it, but we ultimately ignore it. And from what they described, it didn't sound, we checked the footage, we looked at what they described, you didn't do anything. We checked the audio, we checked the video, you didn't do any of the things they were describing. You were just like doing your job, and based on the fact that that's how they described you, you know, using that particular word, we believe it's false. And like, yeah, I'm used to people saying it to me both to my face and behind my back, you know. Don't worry about it. I assumed this much when I was working here. So yeah, I fucking hated the customers. Hey, Lori! Hey. Gonna sit if that's cool. It's cool. We're up here in the rain, getting soaking wet with a fucking 14-year-old. My God, May, nothing I can say about the situation is good. What you doing? Drawing in the rain. Lori, you and every artist on Twitter, probably you are a goddess to every artist on Twitter. You're drawing on paper in the rain on a roof in the fog. Okay, what you drawing? You know how in a movie, like a knife will go through someone's eye? Oh boy, do I ever. I'm like designing an effect and makeup for that. I'm working on a horror movie. You gonna make a horror movie? That's so rad! I'm this supportive friend. I'm like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Okay, maybe I'm not making it yet. I mean, someday I could make it, like, direct it and write it and do the makeup. Have a really good scream, too. Really? Insert stock scream effect. I want to, like, go to horror movie school. I think they have those. It's a film school, but I believe you can... I believe in film school they do... I believe in, like, filmmaking. Not so much film school as in, like, visual media studies, but I believe they do have stuff like like makeup and effects and stuff, and I'm pretty sure they teach you how to do it for horror movies too. Oh yeah, they're really cool. I already know how to make fake blood and body parts. Sorry, I'm probably boring. How in the world could that possibly be boring? I know, like, all of them. Body parts? Horror movies. Everyone? A lot of them. Cool. Alright, I gotta go. See ya. Later. You see someone messed up the mural in the tunnel? Yeah. Pretty funny. I mean, very weird and bad. Very weird and bad. Any idea who did it? Nope. A lot of suspects, though. Yeah, whole town full of suspects. Lori, you are cool and you're awesome and I love everything about you, but the fact that you're 14 and May is 20 and you two have a very casual understanding of one another can lead to a lot of misunderstandings. Yep. Alright. I believe we can go... Oh, wait, was the party barn open? Oh, no. It looks so sad and empty when we're not playing in it. So, I believe we should be able to go to the abandoned food donkey now. I want to go see if we can, because we met Lori, we already met Germ, so I believe we can go to the abandoned food donkey, and if not, we're just going to go straight back here, we're going to go to the old pickaxe, and we're going to do the next mission would be. I'm getting weirdly, not introspective, what's the word? I'm going down memory lane with this game right now. Don't flame me for not having opinions that match your own. That's the easiest way to lose people in life, just by saying I will not talk to you or adhere to you if your opinions do not directly match and reflect my own. Because guess what? Just as every person has a different fucking face, I guess, except in the case of identical twins. But then again, you could have scars or whatever that make your face uniquely distinct from your twin. But yeah, just as every person has a different face and, you know, they have, I don't know, maybe different color wallpaper. I don't know. Some people like eggshell white. And those people are fine. And I don't talk to those people. We do bone white, motherfucker. But, you know, everyone has differing opinions. Doesn't mean you have to accept their opinion. You know, you don't have to change the way you're thinking. You know, you just have to understand they have it. You can't force them to change. To force someone to change their opinion kind of violates the very concept of individuality. Because you're saying, it's cool that you're trying to be yourself, but I do not like you, and thus I will make you me. At which point I would say, do not be disappointed when the new you that you create becomes more you than you are, and you end up being forced to change. Just remember, be nice. That my series of statements there is probably gonna get me fucking flamed. Like, oh, so you should roll over? It's not rolling over if you're maintaining a sense of self. If you maintain a sense of self and you understand what you want and what you need, and you recognize that you are. Oh, hey, look, new person.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the park store.
You just missed it.
What?
You've got an accent. Where are you from? Oh, fuck. I fucked that up. Well, I've never seen this build to the game, actually. The build of the game I saw years ago during the Two Best Friends Let's Play didn't have these characters in them. So I didn't even know. Russia. How did you end up all the way out here? I'm hiking the Great Eastern Deciduous Trail. Oh, wow. How is it? See any bears? Not so far. They eat people sometimes. Actually, all of your bears around here mostly eat garbage. Rude. My guide said there was a park store here. It's gone. It used to be right here, but now there's a Snack Falcon. Do you know where I can get supplies? I mean, Snack Falcon, dude. I guess I could find something in there. Yeah, man, they got all kinds of good stuff. Probably all perishable, though. Isn't everything perishable? We're all gonna perish. Everything is gonna perish. But yeah, they got granola bars, I think. Spasibo! What's spasibo? Thanks! Oh, whoosh. Cool. Sorry I fucked up your accent. Yeah, just give Bruce a job at the Click-Clack Diner. Worst thing that can happen here is he gets a grease burn. Or shot. Yeah, finally we can go to the food donkey. Woo. The heart of hometown since 1972. Poor food donkey. You were cool until you weren't. And I believe a little bit further, he's the coolest motherfucker in town. Hey, Germ. What you doing?
Nothing. Been hanging with a couple of crusties before.
What?
Crust punks. Traveler kids.
Oh, okay. Like, from off the trains?
They know we don't got much caps.
I miss all the cool stuff.
One of them had a dog. They mostly have dogs sometimes.
One time,
I seen a crusty missing a foot.
what happened?
Trains jumping on and off and falling between cars and stuff.
That's intense.
Hands, knees, legs, feet, whole arms.
You saw an arm out the other day. think it was from a Krusty?
Nah, I mean, I don't know.
Huh. So,
I'm here a lot of days.
okay, I was gonna say,
Had to go now.
bye. So if you follow Germ this way, he walks behind the stairs, which is actually what never gets brought up again, because there's a trail next to these stairs that goes up and around them onto the other side. This will become relevant later. Remember all of this. I would never be brave enough to make that jump in real life. I say that having done that jump a couple of times in real life and hurt the fuck out of my ankles doing it. People never tell you when you're a kid, at least not often. They don't tell you enough, actually, would be accurate. They don't tell you enough as a kid that when you jump off of really tall buildings, not really tall buildings, stairs are buildings. I mean, I guess stairs could be a building if you hollow them out. I don't know. Like, if you jump off of really tall stuff and you land on your feet, that it's the worst possible feeling in the world. They just let you figure it out yourself. Especially if you're one of those people like me who would sometimes jump off stuff barefoot. Because fuck the world. You make your own decisions. And you say you're going to jump off of something made of stone onto another surface made of not so smooth, possibly even, dare I say, jaggedish stone, onto your bare fucking feet. Because you are a sadist and you live for the pain. So yeah, I've done that before. I've done a lot of stupid stuff that's gotten me hurt before, and honest to God, I blame it on the fact that I was never expressly told that it was a bad thing to do. So yeah. I don't know what I'm yawning. Oh yeah, it's because I didn't have my delicious energy drink, the brand of which I will not state, but it is not Monster. I used to drink Monster, but I can't drink Monster anymore. I drink Amp. I hate that Mountain Dew has taken Amp and turned it into Amp Game Fuel. And what's more, I hate that I can no longer get Amp Organic Grape, because the gas station near me used to sell it, and now they don't sell it anymore. If I had known they were going to get rid of it, I would have bought their last case right then and there. And I hate that I can't find any Amp Organic online, and I can't find fucking Amp Cherry Blast anymore. I fucking hate it. Hey, baby. Hey, May. How's it going? Got a lot of rock salt to move. Came in early this year. And like a crap load of snow shovels. Usually the distro place doesn't give up like this. Maybe it's run by weather wizards? Yeah, that's not a bad theory. So what's up? Wanna hang out tonight? I'm working. If you wanna like come along. I was thinking we'd go play putt-putt up out on Hunwick. Man, that's actually not a bad idea. But sorry, got work. Oh jeez. What is even the point? Paychecks, rent, food, medicine, that kind of thing. Hey look, the most valid fucking counter argument to the question of why work. Well, you know, those of us who, you know, want to be independent kind of need to do something to prove that we have worth. If you just go up to a person and say, hey, I have worth and can contribute to you, but I will not do anything to prove. That's honestly why I think working is a good thing for me and a lot of people. Because, like, if you have a family that's willing to support you and help you out and, like, let you stay with them, you know, so forth, you can clear not having to have your own money for a minute. But eventually, you know, you kind of have to have your own money. And people go, man, if there didn't exist any money, then, like, there would be no point to doing anything. It's like, what? There's no compensation. But food. Who's going to get the food? The people paying you. Who says? The law. The law says they have to go out and they have to get you food for nothing other than you doing work that probably isn't even getting done well. And you're getting food. Meaning you're being paid in food. Yeah. How would you pay rent? Food. So you're going to take the food that you would most likely need to survive and then give either a portion or all of it to pay your rent. What about your electrical? What about medication? The reason systems of currency evolve and change to become centralized is because it then eliminates the need to get rid of your essential things such as food, fabric, tools and so on, tools, livestock, and so on, in order to survive. You now get to keep all that, and you simply give up this thing that only has value assessed, one, by a government institute, and two, based on faith, based on a system of faith. And that's it. Does anyone come along or not? Let's fucking hang out. Not even gonna go see Greg. House call. Yeah. This one gets weirdly deep. And honestly, this is the one where afterwards I like to shout. It's like, and then they fucked. Alright, here we go. Can you just, like, refuse to do house calls? Nope. Why? It's called a job. People pay you to do it. Ideally, at least. You coming? There's a thing back here by the driveway. Yeah, she's an old lady. She's got weird shit in her yard. It's like a windmill. Yep. I've never been back up here before. May Borowski, you have now been here. It's nice. Yeah, just a bunch of old cabins people turned into houses. I mean, a cabin is a house. It's... I guess it's a type of building structure, more or less. It's not expressly a house. Some hunting camps. So don't, like, get shot or anything. Buck season isn't for a few days, right? Well, folks get impatient. Remember this particular segment of the conversation. It will be important later for plot reasons. For murder. It ain't murder if it's animals. That's dark. Hold that thought. You gonna knock? It's dark, but it's not inaccurate. Thank you for coming on such short notice. No problem. I can sleep through a 4-alarm fire, but that furnace... Well, take a look at it. Ever since Jane passed, I just can't abide that thumping. Understandable. Jane was such a darling, man. Hey, what did you mean by hold that thought? Wait for it. I'll never forgive them for taking him away. Uh-huh. Ain't like I didn't treat him right. I looked it up on the internet. He didn't smell or nothing. Wait for it. You can't take a woman's husband just because he's dead. There it is. Holy God. Took him right off that couch. It's a crime. Yeah, a crime was definitely committed, all right. They just couldn't abide not being able to tax him anymore. That's what it was. Well, I won't talk your ear off for it. Come take a look at my fridge while you're here. We bill about a half hour. That's a fucking hustle. Good job. Yeah, it's a nice fridge. What's the problem? Oh, there's no problem. It's just a classic. An original Luna fridge. Wow. They're all the rage back when I was your age. They last forever. They make you feel so young. I saw one of those the other night when I got back into town. Oh, really? Where? Upside down, under some logs in a creek in a ravine. So, furnace. Oh, yes, right through here to the basement. Sounds good. Come on, May. Alright, we'll be down there for a bit. Please remember not to lock us in. What? Last time we sent someone, he got locked in the basement. I assure you that did not happen. He called me from your basement. Your man did smell a bit of booze when he came by. Okay. Busted. Or something. Okay, down we go. It was nice meeting you. I don't really know who you are, little person. You know... That's fair. That's fair. I like how you don't know if the busted is meant to be that the person they sent really was drunk when they did the job, or she really did lock them down and she just made a really, like, terrible excuse. Oh man, I love creepy basements. And why wouldn't you? Look at all this splendor. Geez, she's got a lot of junk. Maybe she got a few more husbands stacked in the corner. Alright, let's get done. This is done so we can go home. Isn't it illegal to smoke indoors? It is. Well, be the criminal. Wait, so it's a law? I would assume this is a Possum Swimming Pool, because I've never, I don't know if it actually is a law that you can't smoke in your own house. Because I've been to people's houses where they fucking smoke inside. So I guess in Possum Springs it's illegal to smoke inside your house, probably for fire safety reasons, and also because it's a mining town. So if you were a miner and you're covered in coal dust and you smoke, you're probably gonna fuck yourself up. Well, be the criminal. It's a dummy. I'm trying to quit, so I chew on this thing. What? What? Notice no smoke coming out? No smoke at all? But, like, I've seen you smoke. Yeah, not indoors. I totally thought it was real. Where did you think smoke was going? I thought you were swallowing it? May, do you know how smoking works? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not a smoking scientist, Beatrice. Good Lord, what else don't you know? Sorry, I don't didn't get a degree in cigarettology. You know what? If there were actually a degree for called cigarettology, I guarantee you a lot of fucking people would go after it just because they would think that it means to get to smoke cigs all day. What even was your major in college? Kicking ass and getting rad. So that's the furnace? I like that awkward silence. It's an awkward silence that I've had with my friends before, where I like make a really dead-end joke and they don't want to sandbag it too hard, but then it's just an awkward silence, which is the ultimate sandbag, and it's fucking awesome. Yeah, that's the furnace. I've decided his name is Clanky. Okay, you just hang out. I'm gonna fix this real quick. Don't like break anything. I really need to drink more energy drinks. I realize the more I stream, the more I understand why streamers like fucking down Red Bull by the goddamn barrel full. Because it's the only thing that keeps the midday, like post-lunch sleepies from hitting you. What am I gonna break? This is the basement full of crap. Oh, jeez. Okay, shouldn't be long. Can I help? No. What am I here for then? Because you wanted to come along. Just chill. Now, B, I'm pretty sure we could totally bang in this place. I bet I can make something out of this thing. Junk? Jeez. Who even would have this much junk? Oh, look, a trunk. This could be useful. I can see this being useful. Damn it. Oh, hold on. This looks useful. Yes, I know everything that's going to be useful. I need your expertise to fix this stupid furnace, Professor. And you will be useful later. In the bedroom. Hey, you like some thick. Oh, moving on. Alright, so I can't carry anything else, so I'm gonna say this is enough stuff. Good way to get past that gameplay mechanic. So, I got a gnome, a fishing pole, a badminton racket, and a fan. Might as well call her May Borowski. She's pulling a Major MacGyver here. May MacGyver? Maygyver? Yep, there we go. That's our joke. Call her Maygyver. Got 2 wheels and a turny thing with no wheel. Probably just needs to turn the turny thing. To open the heat pipes. To turn up the fire. To open the heat pipes. Clanky's probably got loads of heat, but can't get it out. To get Clanky all hot and bothered. We'll teach Clanky to love. I bet I could, I think Nomi could bite on the turny thing where the wheel was. I could use the racket as a handle. Gnome can bite the turning thing. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Probably could like pull him, but we're not always gonna be here to pull him. I think one good hard pull should be, honestly, one good hard pull should be enough. Okay, so, how much space do we have down here? Looks like not much. Honestly, considering what we're working with and you can break and rearrange stuff, you got plenty of room if you know what you're doing. Focus, May. I wonder if I'll ever get that motorcycle. I wonder what happened to Casey's boat. He had like a boat. I think it was his dad's before he died. Like a really shitty dad. Lose a really shitty dad? Get a boat. During the flood the year granddad died, he rode it through the neighborhood, which was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. But he almost hit the swimming dog with a propeller. Life on the sea is dangerous. Could use the fan. as like a propeller wheel thing. Rev it up and get that and get it to yank Nomi. Tie Nomi to the racket, tie the racket to the fan. Okay, so as an engineering student, I looked at this when I first saw it years ago in the Two Best Friends play video, and I was like, holy shit, this is horribly, like, designed. And my inner engineer wanted to fucking open up SolidWorks and be like, all right, we're gonna try and make this work. I was like, no, wait, stop, you fucking idiot. Yeah, May, that's the stuff. This is genius. I am a genius. All right, let's give it a shot. Okay, done. What? I think I fixed it. Now let's see what we've got here. Yeah, we did. What did you do? I engineered an elegant long-term solution. There wasn't even an animation. And honest to God, that's exactly what it looks like when you build a model in like SolidWorks and you turn the physics and stuff on just to see how the parts move together. It will sometimes just fucking explode, and it's hilarious. God damn it. Way to go, May. Please don't fix anything ever again. Like, don't even have a pet. Anything you have to maintain. Ah, friggin' crap. It was totally gonna work. This is so typical. I'm gonna go check the exit. Wait here. Damn it. Well, we're locked in. I knew this was gonna happen. Stupid, stupid bee. See if you can yell. You can cut a hole in the floor. With what? Maybe she has an old saw down here. And we're gonna do what? Build a heap of garbage to stand on and saw a circle in the roof like a cartoon? Well, not with that. That's me. This is me during the situation. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna find the most goofy solution and see if you laugh. Well, not with that attitude. Well, this knob is really old and loose. Maybe I can, like, figure this out. I'll look around you. I'll look around too. Yeah, go and look around a whole bunch. I do like how B explains that her cigarette is more akin to a chewable pin light. Because there is a light on it, but there's no smoke. And it's not like it's an e-cig either, because those still have, like, you know, vapor. So it's just literally a fake cigarette, and it has like a little light in the end. So maybe it's got like a little LED, and like the more she chews on it, and whenever she chews on it, it lights up. So, you know, that kind of helps. Because eventually, you know, your jaw is going to get fucking tired of that, and you're just not going to want to use it. And it's like, yeah, you know, good way to quit. There's one thing she could hear, and that's the furnace. When it was broken things need to be broken. Hold on to your hillbilly ass, because I'm going to blow you right off the edge of your seats. I couldn't get that quote to work. Fuck it. Well, it's the one tool I do know how to use. A tool for beating ass. I love her look. Honestly, it looked as though we got the furnace to fucking work. Suck it, you piece of crap furnace. Wow, that is pretty loud. Yeah, jeez. Surprised I can't hear it back in town. Okay, cool, she's coming. Thank God. Thank me, more like. Hey, Miss Miranda, you locked us in here. Well, that was fun. Uh-huh. You alright? She gave us lemonade. Yeah. Not like lemonade. It's such a nice night out. Not a fan of lemonade? It's fantastic. Then what's up? Nothing, just tired. Worked all day. I'm all hyper. Good for you. You are zero fun. Yep. You need, like, some magical shit to give you a new perspective. Let me know when that happens. Wouldn't want to miss it. Alright, bitch. So, you folks remember when I told you to remember the intro when we were walking into town and gathering the fireflies? This is why. It's some of the most magical shit in the world. Boop, boop, bada, boom. And the music during this section is really good too. So yeah, May has this weird uncanny ability to attract fireflies. And if you've ever lived in an area with fireflies, you'll know that they are not easy to attract. They fly away from you. Wow. Are you like a firefly whisperer or something? They just like me, I guess. You're an interesting person, May Borowski. No, Miss Miranda is an interesting person. Granddad said being interesting is all you can hope to be. Well, mission accomplished. Woohoo! No. Woohoo! Yahoo! You know, I have to say this would have been a much less exciting evening if you weren't along for the ride. Along for the ride? See how good to have around. I mean, you can certainly beat the shit out of a furnace. I can beat the shit out of anything. You should, channel that aggression you always have into something useful. Yeah, Dr. Hank said way back I need to repress it. Repress, not learn to deal with it. He specifically said repress. Okay. Huh. Do you think Miss Miranda, pulled her husband's guts out? Isn't that what you do for mummies? I don't know, man. Do you think you'd have the stomach for it? Nope. It probably took a lot of heart. Yep. I wish she would have explained it to us. I get it, man. She really wrecked him. Okay, that probably stayed in place. Yeah, that should stay where it belongs. I'm leaving. Hey, you gotta live your life. Bye. This is me going. Hey, wait up. You're walking back to town. You got a lot of gall to say that to me. I'm calling the cops. I'm not gonna lie, that would be me. I would make a shit ton of... I'd make a ton of stupid and off-color puns when I don't need to. Work in. Grr, angry furnace. How's work? You know, better than the glass factory. Is it? I've ran machines. But now I've got to slice steak and hawk salamis. I mean, it's easier on the back, and that's true. But, do you like it? I like having a paycheck. Fair. Honestly, that's what it boils down to. People goes they're only here for the paycheck. I'm like, bitch, you try and do this job for several hours a day, for several hours a day, every week of your fucking life, and you tell me that you enjoy doing it and that you would like to not be paid for it. Fucking tell it to me, and then give your paycheck to me. You know, while I'm still looking for a fucking job. I guarantee you then. You'll fucking have a different perspective. Paycheck's the sweetest meat of all. What'd you do tonight? Stuff. Tired. Feel like I just did a day's work. You know, there are places you can get paid for work these days. Oh, really? Yeah, they call it working. Huh. You kids with your slang. Slang you could pick up at a job. Okay, yeah, point made. What about those boxes I asked about in the crawl space? I'm thinking about it. Watch some TV with me? Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Perfect timing. Garble and Malloy starting. Ah, yeah. It's Garbo and Malloy. Ah, yes. You know, we getting political here. Gotta do it. Gotta. You hear about this new law in the books? Pirating a movie online, you know about it? I do. Punishable by up to 10 years in prison. Wow, and here I've been trying to get in the hard way. Yes, folks. Wonder if pirating a movie about first-degree murder earns you more prison respect than one about grand larceny. Hey, Malloy, you know what I think about the law? What, Gobbo? That's a whoopah. Rib ticklers. Coming up next, stupid sandwiches. Oh, I'm right there with you. Want to know what a real stupid sandwich is? That fucking sandwich, I don't know if you guys saw the video on Twitter, that fucking sandwich where the bread is a pickle. Go fuck yourself to the creator of that sandwich. You probably made something that a lot of people like. And honestly, good for you. But fuck that sandwich. It's awful, it's ugly, it's terrible, I hate it. Alright, I think we have another dream sequence and we'll end after that. Let's see what happened. Hey, that was fun. Let's do it again sometime. You are pretty handy when it comes to breaking stuff. I'm sure there's a job out there somewhere. Yeah, it's called demolition. You can actually get a job doing that. Holy shit, I found my calling. I'm glad I could help facilitate this. Oh, so I looked up people who attract insects. Seems like it comes down to a lot of heat and various odors. They can't get enough of this. I guess not. Good night, May. Night. Hey, punk. What you up to tonight? Got trapped in the basement. Beat up a furnace. Right on, man. Night-night. Alright. We're not gonna play another song because I fucking hate Weird Autumn. I think after this is Pumpkinhead Guy. And I didn't switch my controller like I said because I forgot. I think this is another dream sequence. I can't remember. I think it is. Yep. So here's another sequence for the band. Alright, so I gotta go down and around. This actually looks different from the last time I saw it. Oh, that's cool. The way they did that perspective shift. The ominous, eerie nature of everything. Here it is. And I've seen videos of people covering the songs like Die Anywhere Else, Pumpkinhead Guy, Weird Autumn, and so on. I don't think I've seen anyone make an ensemble video where they actually try and play the music the Dream Quartet plays. It's kind of like this weird kind of jazz type music. I don't know what the genre for this would be called, actually. If you know, let me know. Oh, that's cool. Isn't it like, I think some time ago someone told me there's like rules to dreams where like specific things can't happen in your dreams because of the way the brain works. So it's like you can't read or recognize pictures in your dream. Like in your dreams, you can't read books or whatever, like, because text just doesn't make sense in a dream. And it's like pictures are also kind of wonky. Faces change very frequently. You know, it's like in a dream, there are specific things that just don't show up. And I think that's kind of cool. But I always asked about music and like, can music show up in your dreams? And it's like, I don't know. And then I got the response of, I don't know. And they just responded that they didn't know. You know, it's like, we don't know. Maybe? Okay, let's go up again. God, this music is fucking great, though. And like the music they play gets different with each dream, and it's really cool, and I love it. And again, it sets this fucking tone. Like, this music sounds like what would play in like an old... It sounds like what would be like an old villain track. Like, whenever, like, you know, on like Paper Mario and stuff, when Bowser comes on screen, he has his own music. You know, that plays. This is what that reminds me of. It reminds me of that. Like, the song that plays when the villain shows up. And today's spiritual entity is a squirrel. That's weird. Well, our spiritual entity, in the form of a squirrel, just fucked with our... Oh. Hold the save and quit. We could have done it there. We're stupid. I love the slide guitar. It was fun. This episode honestly got more, like, deep and introspective than I would want. Alright. Thank you for coming to the stream. As always, the VOD goes up afterwards, so if you came in late and you missed anything, you can always go back and see it on my YouTube channel. I really, really do appreciate you guys coming out. Again, you support me. You know, I don't do donations and shit, so, you support me just by, looking at it and so on and so forth. Follow me on Twitter and whatever. On the days when I don't stream, I'm just dicking around in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, mostly. And if you recognize that my character here is an Inkling, that's Maejuri. She's the reason my Twitter handle is Maejuri2. And why I have a series of videos called Maejuri Plays, because she's my Splatoon character. And I wanted to make her the star of my channel, but it seems that my Splatoon videos never really got a lot of appeal. But sometimes if I am in Splatoon, you'll see it. If you're friends with me on Switch, you'll see it. And you can come and play with Maejuri. The outfit she wears in the artwork for both the starting soon and the ending soon panels here are actual costumes that I have in the game. Obviously not with the bloodstains and whatever. This one was honestly the funnest one to request a commission for. Anyway, but yeah. So, I'm usually dicking around in those every now and again. So come find me there. Friday, I will be doing another stream. And, yeah. We're going to have fun. We're going to love it. Yesterday was my dog's birthday, so I spent that day with him. We sent him to daycare. We spent the day with him, and it was fun. So yeah, I'm dragging this out a bit long. I have no chats to read because while I am making it sound like I'm talking to a lot of people, nobody came to watch this fucking stream again. I don't know what's wrong. But as I always say, I love you guys. Love yourselves. I love you guys. Love yourself. Love the people around you. And for the love of God, do something better with life than what I'm doing right now. See ya!